Hello and welcome to Unmute Your English podcast. I'm really happy you're here today. Let me ask you something, very honestly. Have you ever felt that days are passing, weeks are passing, even years are passing, but your life still feels stuck? You wake up every morning, you scroll on your phone, you think about what you should do, you make plans in your head, and then somehow nothing really changes. Today's episode is called Don't Waste Your Life. And no, this is not a scary title at all. It's actually a hopeful one. Because wasting your life doesn't mean that you are bad, lazy, or unsuccessful. Most of the time, it simply means you are waiting for confidence, waiting for perfect English, waiting for the right time to start. In this podcast, I will speak slowly, clearly, and naturally so you can easily follow along. You can just listen, or you can repeat after me if you want to practice your speaking. This episode will help improve your English, but more importantly, it will help change the way you think about your life and your progress. So now, take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. Give yourself permission to be here in this moment. And let's begin. Part 1. What does wasting life really mean? When people hear the sentence, "Don't waste your life," many of them feel uncomfortable. Some people feel scared. Some people feel judged. Others feel pressure, as if someone is pointing a finger at them and saying they are doing something wrong. But let me say this clearly and calmly. Wasting life is not about money, success, status, or fame. It has nothing to do with how much you earn, where you live, or how fluent your English is right now. You do not waste your life because you are poor. Millions of poor people live meaningful, honest, and powerful lives. You do not waste your life because your English is weak. English is a skill, not your value as a human being. And you do not waste your life because you failed before. Failure is not a dead end, it is part of learning. Every confident person you see today has failed many times in silence. So what does wasting life really mean? It means slowly disconnecting from yourself. It means stopping the effort to grow. You waste your life when you stop trying, not when you try and fail, but when you stop trying at all. You waste your life when you stop learning new things, when curiosity disappears, and when you stop believing that small steps can lead to big change. Many people don't waste their life loudly. They waste it quietly. They look busy from the outside. They wake up early, go to work, come home tired, eat, scroll on their phone, sleep, and repeat the same routine every day. From the outside, everything looks normal. But inside, something feels empty. Their dreams slowly fade, not because they chose to give them up, but because they kept postponing them. They tell themselves, "One day I'll start. One day I'll improve my English. One day I'll change my life." And that one day quietly becomes never. The saddest part is that many people don't even notice it happening. Life doesn't suddenly stop. It slowly becomes smaller. Hope becomes quieter. Confidence becomes weaker. And one day, they look back and wonder where the time went. But today, something different happened. Today, you noticed. You clicked on this podcast. You are listening. You are thinking. And that already means something important. Awareness is the first sign of change. If you can notice the problem, you are already stronger than you think. You are not wasting your life right now because you are awake, present, and willing to listen. Part 2. Time is fair, but it is not kind. Time is one of the most interesting things in life. It is completely fair, yet completely unforgiving. Time does not choose favorites. Rich people get 24 hours in a day. Poor people get 24 hours. Beginners learning English get 24 hours. Fluent speakers also get 24 hours. No one gets more. No one gets less. In that way, time is very fair. But time is not kind. It does not wait for you to feel ready. It does not explain why things are difficult. It does not slow down when you feel tired, scared, or confused. Time simply moves forward, silently, constantly, and without emotion. That is why waiting can be dangerous. Many people say, "I don't have enough time." But often, the real problem is not time, it is awareness. You don't need to use your time perfectly. You don't need a strict schedule or a long study plan. You just need to use your time consciously. That means knowing where your minutes go and choosing, even in a small way, how to use them. 10 minutes of English every day may sound small, but it is not small at all. 10 minutes of listening every day trains your ears. 10 minutes of speaking every day trains your mouth. 10 minutes of repeating sentences every day slowly builds confidence. Small actions done daily are more powerful than big actions done once. Think about this. Listening to one English podcast instead of scrolling on social media for 1 hour may feel like a small decision, but it is not. That decision changes your thinking. It changes your habits. It changes the direction of your life. That is not small, that is life-changing. Time will pass anyway. Whether you practice English or not, today will end. This week will end. This year will end. The only real question is, who will you be when that time passes? Don't wait for more time. Don't wait for a free day, a perfect routine, or strong motivation. Use the time you already have. Use it imperfectly. Use it slowly. Use it with patience. Even 5 focus minutes are better than 1 hour of regret. Time is fair, but it is not kind. So respect it, not with fear, but with intention. Every minute you choose growth over comfort, you are choosing life over waste. Part 3. I'll start tomorrow is a lie. Tomorrow is one of the most dangerous words in the world, not because it sounds bad, but because it sounds safe. Tomorrow feels comfortable. Tomorrow feels polite. Tomorrow feels responsible. When we say I'll start tomorrow, we feel like we have made a good decision, even though we haven't actually done anything. Tomorrow gives us emotional relief without requiring real action. But tomorrow is often a lie we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort today. Learning English feels uncomfortable. Speaking feels uncomfortable. Making mistakes feels uncomfortable. So the mind creates an excuse that sounds reasonable. I'm tired today. I'm busy today. I'll be more focused tomorrow. And the problem is not that tomorrow never comes. The problem is that when tomorrow comes, it feels exactly like today. If you don't practice English today, tomorrow will feel heavy. You will wake up already feeling behind. You will think about all the days you skipped, and that thought will drain your energy. If you don't speak today, tomorrow will feel scary. The silence grows. Fear grows stronger when it is fed by avoidance. And if you don't begin today, tomorrow will feel impossible, because starting from zero always feels harder than continuing from one small step. Many people wait for the perfect moment. They wait until they feel confident. They wait until they know more words. They wait until their pronunciation improves. But confidence does not come from waiting. Confidence comes from action. Starting badly today is always better than starting perfectly tomorrow, because tomorrow's perfection exists only in imagination, not in reality. A broken sentence spoken today is more powerful than a perfect sentence imagined tomorrow. A small step today builds momentum. And momentum is what changes lives, not motivation. So I want you to say this sentence with me, slowly, clearly, and without rushing. You can say it out loud, or you can say it in your mind. I start today, even if I am not ready. Say it again. Feel the meaning. That sentence is not about English. It is about life. When you stop waiting for readiness, you start growing. That single decision to begin now, imperfectly, can quietly change everything. Part 4. English is not the problem, fear is. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. Your biggest problem with English is not grammar. It's not vocabulary. It's not pronunciation. Those are technical issues, and technical issues can always be fixed with time and practice. Your real problem, the deeper problem, is fear. Fear of sounding stupid. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of being judged. This fear doesn't come from language. It comes from experience. Maybe someone laughed at you before. Maybe a teacher corrected you harshly. Maybe you compared yourself to someone fluent and felt small. Over time, fear became louder than your desire to speak. But here is a truth that many learners forget. Everyone you admire once spoke badly. Every fluent speaker you respect once made simple, embarrassing mistakes. They mispronounced words. They used the wrong tense. They froze in conversations. The difference is not that they were talented. The difference is that they continued. Confidence does not come before speaking. Confidence comes from speaking. This is very important to understand. If you wait to feel confident before you speak, you will wait forever. Confidence is built after action, not before it. Each time you speak, even with mistakes, your brain learns that nothing terrible happened. And slowly, fear loses its power. Every time you open your mouth, you win. Even if the sentence is wrong. Even if your voice shakes. Even if you forget a word. Speaking is not about being perfect. Speaking is about being present and brave. Mistakes are not proof that you are bad at English. They are proof that you are using English. And using English is the only way to improve. Fear wants you to stay silent. Growth asks you to speak anyway. So the next time you feel afraid, don't ask, "Am I good enough?" Ask, "Am I brave enough to try?" Because bravery, repeated daily, turns into confidence. And confidence, over time, turns into fluency. Part 5. Small daily promises build big lives. Big goals feel exciting. They make us feel motivated and hopeful. We imagine ourselves speaking fluent English, having confident conversations, and feeling proud of our progress. Big goals are important because they give direction. But big goals alone do not change lives. What actually builds real lives are small promises, simple promises that you can keep every day. A big goal can inspire you, but a small promise can transform you. When a goal feels too big, the mind feels pressure. And pressure often leads to delay or fear. But a small promise feels light. It feels possible. And when something feels possible, you are more likely to do it. So instead of saying, "I will become fluent in English," promise yourself something smaller and kinder. Promise yourself, "I will listen for 5 minutes." 5 minutes is not scary. 5 minutes is easy to begin. Yet 5 minutes every day slowly trains your ears and your brain. Promise yourself, "I will speak one sentence." Not a perfect sentence. Just one honest sentence. Speaking one sentence breaks silence. It tells your brain that English is safe. It tells your fear that you are in control. Promise yourself, "I will learn one new word." One word may feel small, but words add up. One word today becomes 30 words in a month and hundreds in a year. Language grows quietly, just like confidence. The most important part is not the promise itself. The most important part is keeping the promise. When you keep promises to yourself, something powerful happens inside you. You begin to trust yourself. And self-trust is the foundation of confidence. Many people lack confidence, not because they are incapable, but because they have broken too many promises to themselves. They planned but didn't act. They promised but postponed. Over time, the mind learns not to believe its own words. But when you start keeping small promises, day after day, your relationship with yourself changes. You start to feel reliable. You start to feel strong. You stop needing motivation from outside because you have discipline inside. The confident English speaker is not someone who knows every grammar rule or every word. A confident English speaker is someone who continues even on tired days, boring days, and difficult days. Confidence is built through consistency, not talent. Every small promise you keep is a vote for the person you want to become. You don't need to do everything. You just need to do something and do it again tomorrow. Small daily promises may look simple, but they build big lives. And if you keep showing up, even quietly, you will be surprised by how far you go. Part 7. Discipline is more important than motivation. Motivation is a beautiful feeling. When motivation is high, everything feels easy. You feel excited to learn. You feel positive about your future. You feel ready to change your life. But motivation is not stable. It comes and goes. Some days it is strong, and other days it completely disappears. Discipline, on the other hand, is quiet and steady. Discipline does not depend on mood. That is why discipline is more important than motivation. You will not feel motivated every day, and that is completely normal. There will be days when you feel tired, stressed, or distracted. There will be days when English feels boring or difficult. Waiting to feel motivated on those days is risky because motivation may not come. But discipline can still carry you forward. On tired days, listen anyway. Even if your energy is low, even if you don't fully understand everything, listening keeps your connection with English alive. On boring days, repeat anyway. Repetition may feel dull, but repetition is how the brain learns patterns. And on lazy days, show up anyway. Showing up does not mean doing a lot. It simply means not disappearing. You don't need strong emotions to make progress. You don't need excitement every day. You need simple habits, small actions that you repeat without thinking too much. Habits remove the need for decision-making. When learning becomes a habit, it becomes automatic. English is not learned in emotional moments. It is not learned only on days when you feel inspired. English is learned in quiet, boring, repeated moments. It is learned when you listen to the same sentence again. It is learned when you practice pronunciation, even when it feels slow. It is learned when you continue, even when progress feels invisible. Discipline means keeping your routine small enough that you can do it even on bad days. 5 minutes of listening. 1 sentence of speaking. 1 short podcast episode. These small actions may not feel impressive, but they are powerful because they are sustainable. Over time, discipline builds confidence. When you keep going without needing motivation, you start to trust your ability to continue. And that trust is stronger than excitement. Motivation makes you start. Discipline makes you stay. So don't wait for the perfect mood. Don't wait to feel inspired. Create a simple habit and protect it. Even when motivation disappears, discipline will quietly move you forward. And one day, you will look back and realize that the boring days were the ones that changed your English and your life the most. Part 8. Your accent is not your enemy. Let me say this very clearly because many English learners need to hear it again and again. Your accent is not bad. Your accent is not something to hide. And your accent is definitely not something to feel ashamed of. Your accent is proof that you already know more than one language. It is evidence of effort, experience, and courage. It tells a story about where you come from and how hard you have worked. Many learners believe that sounding like a native speaker is the goal. They think fluency means sounding American or British. But that belief creates unnecessary pressure and fear. Fluency is not about copying someone else's accent perfectly. Fluency is about communication. It is about being understood and understanding others. Native speakers do not expect perfection from you. Most of them care about clarity, not accent. They want to understand what you are saying, not judge how you sound. In real conversations, people focus on meaning, not on pronunciation mistakes. Often, the fear of being judged is much stronger in your mind than in reality. Instead of trying to erase your accent, focus on speaking slowly. When you speak slowly, your words become clearer. Your confidence increases. And your listener understands you better. Speak clearly by opening your mouth, finishing your words, and not rushing your sentences. And most importantly, speak bravely. Bravery matters more than accuracy. Fluency does not mean perfect pronunciation. It means your message reaches the other person. If someone understands you, you are communicating successfully. And successful communication is the real purpose of language. You are allowed to sound like you. You are allowed to carry your accent with pride. You are allowed to speak English in your own voice. Language belongs to everyone who uses it, not only to native speakers. When you accept your accent, something powerful happens. Fear becomes smaller. Confidence grows. And speaking becomes easier. You stop fighting yourself and start expressing yourself. So don't let your accent silence you. Don't let it stop you from speaking. Use it as a sign of progress, not weakness. Your voice deserves to be heard exactly as it is. And the more you speak, the clearer and stronger it will become naturally, without fear. Part 9. Silence is more dangerous than mistakes. Let's talk about something many learners struggle with. Silence. Silence feels safe. It feels like protection. When we stay quiet, we avoid embarrassment. We avoid mistakes. We avoid judgment. But the truth is, silence is more dangerous than mistakes. Silence may feel comfortable in the short term, but in the long term, it slowly stops growth. Every time you stay silent, fear grows. Every time you choose not to speak, your confidence loses strength. Your English becomes weaker, not stronger. Mistakes, on the other hand, are not dangerous. Mistakes are teachers. They are guides that show you where to improve. They show your brain what to practice next. A mispronounced word or a forgotten grammar rule is not failure. It is progress in disguise. Each mistake is proof that you are trying, and trying is the only way to get better. Every time you speak, even if the sentence is not perfect, something incredible happens. Fear shrinks. Confidence grows. Your mouth and your brain learn together. You begin to see that speaking is not a threat. Speaking is an opportunity. The more you speak, the more mistakes lose their power and the more freedom you gain. Many learners make the mistake of waiting for the perfect sentence before they speak. They think if I get it right, people will understand me better. If I speak correctly, I will sound smart. But that mindset is the reason so many people remain silent. There is no perfect sentence. There is only the sentence you say today. and that sentence is enough. Speaking imperfectly is better than speaking never. Start small. Simple sentences are powerful. You do not need to say complicated phrases to be understood. Begin with starters like I think, I feel, or I want to say. These 3 simple starters can open your world. They allow you to express your thoughts, your emotions, and your opinions. And as you practice them, you will notice a shift. What once felt difficult will start to feel natural. Silence keeps you trapped in your mind. It keeps your English in theory, not in practice. Speaking releases your ideas into the world. Speaking tests your skills. Speaking strengthens your voice. Mistakes may sting for a moment, but silence slowly diminishes your progress. Over time, every moment of silence is a moment that could have been growth. Remember, progress is not perfection. Progress is action. Progress is saying something, however simple, rather than saying nothing at all. Every word you speak adds a small step toward fluency. Every sentence you form strengthens your English muscles. And every mistake teaches your brain, this is how I improve. So today, choose action over silence. Speak, even if you tremble. Speak, even if your grammar is imperfect. Speak, even if your pronunciation is not perfect. Fear will shrink when your words grow. Confidence will rise when your silence ends. And slowly, step by step, your English and your courage will grow stronger. Silence may feel safe, but speaking is freedom. Speaking opens doors. Speaking changes lives. Mistakes are temporary. Silence is permanent if you let it win. Part 10. Learning English is self-respect. Learning English is more than just a skill. It is not only about grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. Every time you open your mouth, listen to a podcast, or practice a sentence, you are sending a message to yourself. That message says, I matter. My future matters. My voice matters. Learning English is a way of respecting yourself. It is a way of saying, I'm worth the time, effort, and attention it takes to grow. Many learners focus only on external goals, speaking fluently, impressing others, or getting a job. But the most important goal is internal. It is about how you feel about yourself. Every small action you take to improve your English is a vote for your own worth. It is a reminder that you are capable, that you deserve growth, and that your dreams are valid. In that sense, learning English is an act of self-respect. When you improve your English, you are not only changing the language you speak. You are changing how you see yourself. You stop thinking, I'm not good enough, and you start thinking, I am in progress. I'm learning. I'm growing. This shift in mindset is far more powerful than any grammar lesson or vocabulary list. Your identity slowly transforms from someone who doubts themselves to someone who believes in their own abilities. Self-respect is built in small steps. Each time you practice a new sentence, repeat a word, or listen to a podcast, you reinforce the idea that you are worth effort. Every moment you spend learning English is a moment where you tell yourself, I deserve to improve. I deserve to grow. I deserve a better future. These moments accumulate, creating a strong foundation for confidence and self-esteem. And here is the most important part. Self-respect does not demand perfection. You do not need to speak flawlessly or understand everything immediately. What matters is showing up for yourself consistently. What matters is believing that your voice is important even when it shakes. What matters is honoring your journey step by step, day by day. This mindset changes everything. When you see learning English as self-respect, every challenge becomes an opportunity, every mistake becomes a lesson, and every effort becomes meaningful. Your English improves, yes, but more importantly, your confidence, patience, and self-belief grow stronger. You begin to speak not out of fear or obligation, but out of respect for yourself and your potential. So remember, learning English is not just a skill. It is a daily practice of valuing yourself. It is a message you send to your mind and heart. I matter. My future matters. My voice matters. And when you carry that mindset with you, nothing can stop you from growing, both in language and in life. Part 11. You don't need confidence, you need courage. Many people believe that confidence comes first. They think, I need to feel confident before I speak English, or I need to feel sure of myself before I try anything new. But here's the truth. Confidence feels comfortable, but comfort does not create progress. Courage, on the other hand, often feels uncomfortable. Courage asks you to step forward even when you are unsure. Courage asks you to try even when failure is possible. Courage asks you to speak even when your voice shakes or your words stumble. Courage is the foundation of all growth. It is what allows people to take action despite fear. Confidence is the reward that comes after repeated acts of courage. Many learners wait for confidence, thinking it is a prerequisite. But waiting for confidence is like waiting for the wind to push you forward. You will remain in the same place. Courage is the engine. Courage is the spark. And confidence grows naturally after you take courageous steps. Courage is simple, but it is not easy. It shows up in small moments. Raising your hand to speak in a class, repeating a sentence you hear in a podcast, starting a conversation even when your words are not perfect. Every time you try, you exercise courage. And every act of courage strengthens your belief in yourself. It shows your mind, I can do this. I can face discomfort. I can move forward even when I am afraid. Courage is also about trying when failure is possible. You might mispronounce a word. You might forget a grammar rule. You might pause or stumble in the middle of a sentence. And that is perfectly okay. Failure is not a sign that you are incapable. Failure is a sign that you are learning. Every time you try and make a mistake, you are practicing courage. And each small act of courage brings you closer to confidence. Think about it this way. Confidence is not required to start. You do not need to feel fearless before speaking. You do not need to know everything perfectly. You only need courage, the willingness to act despite fear. Courage is messy, imperfect, and sometimes uncomfortable. But it is far more important than confidence because without courage, confidence will never arrive. So today, choose courage. Speak a sentence even if you doubt yourself. Try even if it feels difficult. Be brave first. Confidence will follow naturally over time. Each step of courage builds a foundation of self-trust, resilience, and growth that no amount of motivation or preparation can replace. Remember, courage is the bridge between fear and confidence, and it is available to you right now, whenever you choose to act. Part 12. Your life is talking to you. Every day, your life is talking to you. You may not always notice the signs, but they are there if you pay attention. Life communicates through feelings, experiences, and moments that make you uncomfortable. Boredom is a signal. Frustration is a signal. Fear is a signal. These emotions are not there to punish you, and they are not there to stop you. They are there to guide you. They are life's way of pointing toward areas where growth is possible. Many people ignore these signals. They try to escape boredom with entertainment, avoid frustration by giving up, or suppress fear by staying silent. But when you do that, you miss the message. Life is always offering opportunities to improve, to learn, and to expand. Every time you feel discomfort, it is an invitation to step forward, to face the challenge, and to grow. Learning English, like many meaningful challenges in life, can feel difficult. Sometimes it feels overwhelming. Sometimes it feels frustrating. Sometimes fear creeps in and you doubt yourself. But these feelings are not proof that you cannot do it. On the contrary, they are proof that it matters. If something feels hard, it usually means it is worth your effort. The things that are easy rarely lead to growth. The things that push you, challenge you, and test your limits are the things that change you. When you recognize that life is giving you signals, you can start to respond differently. Instead of avoiding boredom, frustration, or fear, you can lean into them. You can say to yourself, this discomfort is a teacher. This challenge is an opportunity. This fear is a signal that growth is ahead. By changing how you interpret these feelings, you transform obstacles into lessons. You transform hesitation into action. You transform fear into courage. Think of every difficult moment in learning English as a message from life. Every time a sentence feels too long, every time a pronunciation feels too hard, every time a conversation feels intimidating, these are not reasons to stop. They are signals to focus, practice, and step forward. If English feels hard, it is because it matters to you. And if it matters, it is worth your effort, your time, and your courage. So pay attention to your signals. Listen to your boredom, your frustration, and your fear. They are not enemies, they are guides. They are telling you where to focus. They are pointing toward your next step. And each time you respond to these signals, even in small ways, you grow stronger, more confident, and more capable. Life is not waiting for perfection. Life is waiting for action. Remember, your life is talking to you every day. Are you listening? Are you willing to act on the signals? English, your growth, and your dreams are all waiting for your response. Part 13. Don't wait for a big moment. Many people wait for the perfect moment to begin. They imagine a day when everything will align perfectly: a quiet morning, strong motivation, ideal energy, and the perfect environment. They tell themselves, I'll start tomorrow when I feel ready, or I'll begin when inspiration strikes. But the truth is, life rarely gives you dramatic music, magical mornings, or perfect motivation. These moments exist in movies, books, and daydreams, but not in reality. Life changes quietly, often without notice. Real change does not happen in big, flashy moments. It happens in small, consistent decisions. One podcast listened to today. One sentence spoken today. One new word learned today. These small steps may seem insignificant, but over time, they accumulate and create transformation. Every action you take today has more power than the grand plans you wait for. Waiting for a big moment often means waiting forever. The key is to recognize that now is enough. You do not need the perfect mood or flawless plan. You do not need to feel completely ready. Growth begins the moment you act, even if that action is small. One decision made today can become the turning point in your learning journey, in your confidence, and in your life. The power is not in the moment itself. It is in your willingness to take action despite fear, doubt, or discomfort. Imagine a river slowly carving its path through rock. The river does not wait for the perfect weather. It does not wait for dramatic storms. It flows quietly, persistently, and over time, it creates change that is permanent. Your English, your growth, and your life are the same. Small, consistent actions are more powerful than waiting for an extraordinary moment that may never come. Every time you choose to act instead of wait, you are telling yourself something important. I am in control of my life. I'm capable of change. I'm willing to try. That decision builds momentum. Momentum turns into habit, and habit turns into skill. Before you know it, the cumulative effect of small actions transforms your confidence, your language ability, and your life perspective. So today, do not wait for the big moment. There is no perfect time to begin. There is no magical preparation that will guarantee success. The only moment you truly have is this one, the present. Pick one sentence, listen to one podcast, or speak one word. Start small, but start. That is how change begins. That is how progress grows quietly, steadily, and powerfully. Remember, one small step today is better than waiting for a perfect leap tomorrow. This moment right now can be your turning point. Life does not wait, and neither should you. Every decision you make to act, no matter how simple, moves you closer to your goals, your dreams, and the life you deserve. Don't wait. Start today. Part 14. You are not late. Let me tell you something very important today. You are not late. No matter what you think, no matter how much time has passed, no matter what mistakes or delays you feel you have made, you are not behind. Life is not a race, and learning English is not a competition. You are learning at your own pace, in your own way. Every person has their own journey. Every person has their own timeline. Comparing yourself to others will only create unnecessary pressure and fear. You are not broken. You are not missing something that others have. You are simply in the process of growing. Learning is a journey, not a destination. The fact that you are here, listening, practicing, and thinking about growth, proves that you are exactly where you need to be. The time you invest now, no matter how small, is never wasted. Every step, every attempt, every sentence you speak is a building block for your progress. As long as you are breathing, you are allowed to begin again. Life gives second chances every day. You do not need to wait for the perfect moment or the ideal opportunity. You do not need to start over with fear or guilt weighing you down. You can choose now to take action, to practice, and to grow. Every day is a chance to rewrite your story, to build your skills, and to strengthen your confidence. It is common to feel late or behind when looking at others. Maybe someone speaks English more fluently, or maybe someone has been learning longer. But your path is yours alone. Progress cannot be measured by comparison. It can only be measured by your own effort and growth. You are allowed to move at your pace. You are allowed to make mistakes, pause, and try again. So, if you have ever felt like time has passed you by, remember this: it hasn't. You are here, and that is enough. You are allowed to begin today again and again. Each small step you take builds momentum, and momentum leads to growth. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be to start becoming the English speaker and the person you want to be. Conclusion: don't waste this moment. Let's finish today with a thought that I want you to carry with you. Don't waste your life waiting for the perfect moment. Don't waste your life waiting to feel ready, waiting to feel confident, or waiting for inspiration to magically appear. There will never be a perfect day, a perfect sentence, or a perfect version of yourself. Life happens right now, in this imperfect moment. And the question is, what will you do with it? Don't waste your life being silent. Don't let fear keep you from speaking, from practicing, from trying. Every word you speak, every sentence you repeat, every small action you take is a victory. Silence may feel safe, but it slowly stops growth. Speaking may feel uncomfortable, but it builds courage, confidence, and skill. Your voice is your power. Use it. Use it today. Don't waste your life doubting your worth. You are not too late. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are learning in your own way, at your own pace. Every step you take is meaningful. Every effort you make, no matter how small, matters. You are allowed to begin again, right now, as many times as you need. Respect yourself enough to take action, and the results will follow. Use your voice. Use your time. Use today. Don't postpone your growth, your learning, or your courage. Each moment you invest in yourself compounds quietly but powerfully. One podcast, one sentence, one decision today can change your life tomorrow. Don't underestimate the power of the present. This is Unmute Your English podcast, and this is your reminder: your English matters. Your voice matters. You matter. Every sentence you speak, every word you learn, every moment you show up is proof that you are investing in yourself. If this episode helped you, listen again. Repeat after me. Practice, speak, and return tomorrow. Because here, we do not waste life. We unmute it. We give it our time, our courage, and our voice. So take a deep breath and remember, the life you want, the English you dream of, and the confidence you deserve are all waiting for you. Right here, right now. Start today. Start small. Start imperfectly. Start bravely. And keep starting every single day, because life does not wait, and neither should you. Thank you for listening. Keep going. Keep speaking. And never stop unmuting yourself.